Hi guys, in this video I'll be talking about how you can create a well-organized data science resume. Many people has the question how we can create our data science resume, how we can like mention our projects there, and what kinds of template we should let's say choose. So these kinds of question I usually get a lot. So in this video I'll be talking about some of the points actually you have to remember whenever you are preparing your resume. So guys, you can see this is one resume template I have selected, and this resume actually I created long back. Actually this was like my old resume, but still I follow the same template, still I follow the same, let's say, techniques whenever I create any kinds of resume. So guys, whenever you are creating any kinds of resume, try to select a simple template. Okay, you don't need to take any fancy template, because what happens nowadays, nowadays company use something called ATS system. So with the help of that, they will automatically process the resume. So it applies something called OCR, that means optical character recognizer. And whenever you are taking like fancy template, let's say with lots of color gradient, what happens, sometimes this OCR fails to extract the information, okay, and because of that it will miss out actually some relevant skills or let's say experience from your resume, and it won't be able to match that skills and experience with that job description. Okay, that's why your resume probability would be very less there. So instead of using the fancy template, try to use the simple template like that. Okay, the template actually I have shown you here. So here you can see I'm not using any color template. So it's a very basics and simple template I'm using. So first of all, try to write your name, then your designation, and try to write your profile. Okay. So in the profile section, try to write about yourself. Okay, in a short, let's say, paragraph. So here you can see I have written a data scientist and lecturer with 2.6 years of working experience in the field of machine learning, deep learning, microcontrollers. Okay, and so on. That means here I have specified what is my actually expertise, and how many years of experience I'm having, even what kinds of, let's say, task I can solve. So everything I've mentioned in just a shorter paragraph. So that's how you can also create your shorter paragraph, and you can mention in the profile section. Then you can mention your employment history or your experiences if you have already worked with, like, let's say, different company. So the companies you are currently working on, or let's say the company you have left, okay, just recently, so those are the company you can mention with a like say proper name. Then you can also mention what is your joining date, what is your, let's say, end date, and what is your actually key responsibility there in the company. Okay, you can mention everything in a bullet point. So if you go through this template, you will automatically get it. Okay, how to mention them. Even you can see I have also highlighted the skills, okay, and my responsibility, whatever actually I was working there. Then you have to mention your project. So in the project part, just try to mention the project title and the starting date and the ending date, and you have to also mention the GitHub URL. Okay, and make sure your project should be end to end, and you also need to manage the readme file. Okay, so you have to always organize your readme file. There you can mention like how to set up your project, what kinds of problem statement you are solving. Okay, so each and everything you can mention there. Now here you can explain about your project, like what your project can do. Okay, what are the technology you are using in a bullet point. So in this case, let's say I have written automated the end-to-end process of attendance of the employee in the company using deep neural network, computer vision, and MongoDB database. So here I've specified, here we're creating an automatic attendance system using deep neural network, computer vision, and MongoDB database. And we are reducing 4 hours of manual attendees working time per day. Okay, so that's how you can also mention like how your project is helping. Then here I've mentioned created a desktop application using Kinter and Python for the employees so that they can interact easily. Okay, so here I was using Kinter and Python, so that thing I've also mentioned. Then I mentioned used MTCNN for detecting the face and ArcFace for extracting the face embedding and recognition. So whatever, let's say, tools and technology, whatever models you're using, you can mention in that way. And it can reduce actually workload by 50%. Okay, so these are the key point you can, like, let's say, create and you can mention in the project section. And no need to mention too much of bullet point. Okay, so just try to make it as clean and try to use at least 3 to 4, let's say, bullet point, and try to mention everything there. So you can see this is another project I have mentioned. So again, the project name, starting date, ending date, and the GitHub URL. So if I show you my GitHub, so see, it's a proper well organized GitHub I have prepared. So here you can see I have written each and everything, like how we can set up the, like, let's say, this project, how it is helping us. Okay, what is the solution description, everything I have like mentioned here. So that's how you also need to like manage your git readme file. You can also take different screenshot of your project, and you can also mention them, so that if anyone is coming to your project, definitely they will able to understand, okay, by reading the readme file, okay, how your project works. Then this project is also hosted on over the PyPy website, so I also given the link. So if anyone is interested, so they will visit here and definitely they will get to know, okay, so this is a package and we can use it for this particular specific task. So that's how guys you can mention your project. Okay, and apart from that you can also mention your details, then online profile and skills. Okay, like that. So apart from that I also mentioned some of the project. You can mention at least 3 to 4 project. And always remember, the project you are mentioning, try to first of all check the job description. So whatever, let's say, skills, whatever roles they are looking for, try to mention your project in that way. Let's say they're looking for machine learning developer, try to mention machine learning related project. No need to mention any computer vision or NLP related project. Okay, so that's how first of all try to read the job description. With respect to that, try to upgrade your resume. Okay, all the skills, all the project you can upgrade. Apart from that, you can also mention your education, then research and publication. If you have, let's say you have published some of the paper, you can also mention here. Then if you have some awards, you can also mention. Even you can also specify the link. If you have some certification, you can also mention. And if you have taken any online lectures, okay, or let's say any kinds of community lectures, okay, which you conducted for the community and people enjoyed your session, so if you have these kinds of extracurricular activities, you can also mention them. Okay, and always try to maintain 2 page resume. If you are a completely fresher, try to create in just 1 page, and if you have the experience, try to mention in 2 pages. Okay, so guys, that's how we can create our data science resume, and we can mention the project's experience, okay, in that way. And always try to maintain the clarity. Always try to make your resume simple. Okay, no need to add like so many information there, unnecessary information, because recruiters doesn't have that much of time to go through all the, let's say, text you have written on, okay, on your resume. So that's why clean resume is always preferable. Okay, so if you need these kinds of tips, guys, you can let me know. You can connect me anytime, and definitely I'll guide you with that. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.